It was all about the lies. The chief federal prosecutor here in New York says that is what got Martha Stewart in trouble. That is why she was charged in an insider trading investigation. And that is why she was convicted today. Convicted not of insider trading. She was never charged with that, but convicted of lying to federal investigators about why she dumped her stock in the company Imclone the day before that stock tanked. CBS News business correspondent Anthony Mason begins our coverage of the Martha Stewart verdict.
Stunned by her criminal conviction, a stoic Martha Stewart swept out of the federal courthouse. If she was shocked, she didn't show it. If she was repentant, she didn't reveal it. "Dear friends," she said in a written statement, "I am obviously distressed by the jury's verdict, but I continue to take comfort in knowing that I have done nothing wrong." But after 3 days of deliberation, a jury of 8 women and 4 men unanimously found otherwise.
We gave benefit of doubt to the defendants, yes. But again, once we combed through the testimony and different documents, we felt otherwise.
As Judge Miriam Cederbaum read the jury's verdict, count 1, conspiracy, guilty, the courtroom collectively gasped. But Stewart's face barely flinched as she was found guilty on all 4 counts of lying to cover up the reasons for her sudden sale of Imclone stock in 2001. Prosecutors said the verdict sent a message.
I think anybody in corporate America is going to, the word is beware. And don't engage in this type of conduct because it will not be tolerated.
Stewart's former broker, Peter Bukanovic, was also convicted on 4 counts. Defense attorneys insisted this was just the first battle.
We are confident that once we get our day in the Court of Appeals, the conviction will be reversed and Martha Stewart will ultimately be determined not to have done anything wrong.
Some feared Stewart's well-known image as a domestic diva would sway the case, but juror Chappelle Hartridge said he was not influenced by the cult of Martha.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. She's just another human being.
But it's Stewart's celebrity that may have been most damaged by her conviction, the name and image that is wrapped around a company that she created.
The trial cast a veil over the characteristics that make Martha Stewart so popular. That veil damages the company's competitive advantage. So this has a very long-term negative effect on the business.
That business employs nearly 600 people and now has a figurehead who is a convicted felon. From the outset, Stewart's defense was defiance. She rejected early efforts at plea bargains and chose to go to trial, gambling that a jury would dismiss a case that she bitingly called this ridiculousness. "Now you get a chance to send a message to all of us," her attorney told the jury in his closing statement. That message couldn't be clearer. Martha Stewart guilty on all counts. John?
Anthony Mason, thanks. Martha Stewart will be sentenced in late spring. Earlier today, I asked CBS News legal analyst Andrew Cohen to tell us more about that.
John, Martha Stewart will be sentenced on June 17th. Between now and then, both sides will be able to file pre-sentencing reports trying to convince the judge to go in one direction or another. She's constrained by the federal sentencing guidelines. We're looking at about a year or so, give or take a few months, and that will be what Martha Stewart's sentence will be.
Maximum sentence for all of these charges together would be 20 years. Do you believe that she's going to do some jail time?
I do think, John, she will serve some time in prison for this. There are too many charges, too many convictions, and the charges are serious enough, but I don't think she's going to get anywhere near 20 years. The judge can consider the fact that she has a clean record up to this point, her danger to society and so forth. It's going to be a lot of discretion on the part of the judge. We're going to finally know what she thinks of the case.
Not long after the conviction, Martha Stewart vowed that she was going to appeal it. Do you think she has a good case?
No, I really don't. There was nothing that jumped out at me through this trial that screams appeal or successful appeal. Anyway, the vast majority of appeals don't succeed. I don't think this one would either. Andrew
Cohen outside the U.S. District Courthouse. Thanks. Perhaps the biggest irony of the Martha Stewart case is this. In dumping her Imclone stock the day before the price plunged, she saved herself about $50,000. But as a result of the scandal, she saw the value of her stock in her own company, Martha Stewart Living on the Media, fall nearly $166 million. Not to mention incalculable damage to her reputation. Mika Brzezinski looks at the rise and fall of an American icon.
For years, Martha guided the way we live. Perfect meals, perfect decorating, perfect gardening, perfect because Martha said so.
And it's a really good thing.
This daughter of a Polish immigrant domesticized herself into an American icon, partially by counting every penny along the way.
Martha has kind of a immigrant mentality. Every dime means something to her.
Jerry Oppenheimer, author of Just Desserts, an unauthorized biography of the domestic diva, says Stewart, who was born Martha Kostira, one of 6 children, decorated, dug, and frosted her way to the top.
She came out of that house in Nutley, New Jersey as a fighter, and she basically fought her way to the top.
Martha Stewart Omnimedia became at its peak a $900 million empire built on one woman's ability to do everything well. And some wonder if that's what really brought her down.
Martha's successful. Martha's basically telling you that she gardens and cooks better than you do.
Playwright Wendy Wasserstein wonders if the verdict is, at least in part, punishment for doing everything too well.
Why do people love to hate her?
You always want to see little Miss Perfect fail.
After her indictment, Martha tried to stay above it all. When the charges were made public, she held a large knife and chopped cabbage.
And I want to focus on my salad.
It was a delicious moment that was even tastier for the tabloids. And now they have more Martha to feast on than ever before. A conviction of a woman whose kingdom is intertwined with her name.
Martha Stewart, the individual, has become Martha Stewart, the brand.
For Martha Stewart, her next project may be one where she has no control over the fabric or the colors. And hungry Martha followers will watch to see if the queen of domesticity still reigns, wearing prison stripes. Mika Brzezinski, CBS News, New York.